Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. Strange things do happen in this world. So yesterday I posted a story about these prayers that are done that are called the prayers of Jezebel. So there is a message that I received from one of our dear sister. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world. So our dear sister, she's saying that she's still into this business of prostituting herself. Usually she targets these guys that drive the cross-border trucks, and she operates between Messina as well as Beitbridge. That is where she usually operates. And she said that if it happens that if the truck driver wants to hire my services, if the guy is going to Joburg, then he has to pay. Then along the way, I'll be giving him the food that he wants from me, even if he is going as far as Zambia. Some of them, they do require those services. If you have money, then there is no problem at all. The reason as to why she said she wanted to give us a confession, it was because she wants to confirm that indeed she also did these prayers, and she met this woman who gave her these prayers of Jezebel in Beitbridge, where she grew up in. The story goes on like this. Hello, Brother Nasha, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a woman, a 42-year-old woman. My husband passed away when I was still very young. Unfortunately, my husband died because of the HIV, and my husband, he used to work along the Limpopo River. He used to get people across into South Africa. So what my husband was doing was that whenever he had money, then he would go and he would start to sleep with some prostitutes. Unfortunately, my husband, when he went to the hospital, when he was really sick, he was told that he was HIV positive. When I also went there, that was when I discovered that I was positive as well. This really affected me, and as a matter of fact, I hate men. Yes, I do sell my body, but I hate men. If there is a man that comes to me, like now, it is quite easy because on Facebook, people will just look at your pictures and no one will ever know that you have the HIV virus. No one will ever know that you have the HIV virus. So if a guy comes to me and if a guy tells me that they are in love with me, then I'll just pretend as if I am just an honest woman who lost her husband, who has since failed to move on. And if this guy, if it happens that we get to meet with each other, like what happened when this other guy who was working in South Africa met with me on Facebook and told me that he wanted to make me his wife. I invited him and he came to Zim and we spent about a week together. This guy, I did not even tell him that I do take this ARVs, and this guy was sleeping with me, not using any protection. Yeah, I know that there are people that want to blame me, but you cannot blame me because this guy, I told him to use protection, but during the middle of the round, this guy, he started to whisper soft words into my ears, and he told me that he just wanted to taste how good I feel. When I said, please, let us wait for tomorrow so that we can go to the clinic and get tested, the guy then said, you are already my wife. What is it going to matter? So I said, fine, since it is your decision, so must I stop a man when they want to make his own decision? What if he was going to beat me up, forcing me to sleep with him, not using any protection? So I opened my legs for him and he did whatever that he wanted. I did not even care at that time. All that I care about was my husband, who ended up bringing me this. All that I used to care about was my husband, whom I thought was very faithful, but he was the same one who infected me with this virus, and I have so much bitterness in my heart. So I usually operate as a prostitute between Messina and Beitbridge. So there was a time in my life when I would say that the business was really low, like it was really, really low. This was just before COVID-19, and when COVID-19 came, this was like the final nail into the coffin, because at that time it was very hard for us to get any customers at all, and it was not allowed for us to go to the usual places where we used to go and sell off our bodies to these truck drivers that will be crossing into South Africa and back from South Africa. During those days, it was really hard. We used to go to the main road just after the border post. Then we would wait for the truck drivers, but then the police, they would come and chase us. We used to give them some money, but it reached a stage whereby it was not even allowed to get out of your home during the lockdown restrictions. By the time that the lockdown restrictions were lifted, business was like really low. Everyone was just complaining. No one even wanted to waste their hard-earned money on us prostitutes. So then there was this other woman who came to Baitbridge. Like during those times, even the traditional healers, they were moving around the country trying to find some customers because no one was coming to them. So when this woman came alongside with other several traditional healers, I then chose this other woman, the traditional healer, after I had been told by one of my friends that she actually uses the spirits of the mermaid to help girls like me to get like your clients that can pay you a lot of money. So instead of going to the other traditional healers, I then went and I spoke with this woman who had the marine spirits, and it was me and other girls. And let me tell you one thing, most of your prostitutes, they use some certain type of charms so that they can keep on getting your customers. I went to this woman and she told me that she wanted to give me some charms, and after she had given me these charms, that was when she bathed me and she gave me some oil that she told me that all that I have to do is that when I am going out to sell my body, I take that oil, then I just rub it around my nipples as well as my private parts and my mouth. So the way that this charm will work is that when I am with a man, anything that I'll tell that man, if I tell him that I want $200 for the whole night, then the man, if he has money, he won't be able to refuse me. And if I am around like men that will be having a lot of money, what I will feel is that my nipples, it will be like there will be someone that will be busy playing around with my nipples. Then I'll know that this man, he has money, this one does not even have money. So that is how I select my customers. And usually I target these truck drivers because some of them that will be going as far as DRC, they are given like a lot of money, and usually they are given this money in US dollars. So I will target them, and it is easy for them to get trapped if I am using these charms. So she told me that these charms that she was about to give me, these charms, they have been used even since your Bible times, and they were the charms that were used by that beautiful queen that is called Queen Jezebel. Those were the same charms that has been used by the very beautiful queen that was called Jezebel. Most of the people, they know her from the Bible. It is just that she said most of the people, they hate her because she was a go-getter. She was a woman who knew what she wanted in life, and she was not apologetic about it. Whatever that she wanted, she knew that she was going to get it, even though she was going to summon other spirits to assist her. So that traditional healer told me not to worry. The same way that this beautiful queen used to summon some other spirits to assist her to get what she wanted in life, that was the same way that I was actually being helped. That was the same way that this traditional healer was assisting me by summoning these spirits. But these spirits, they will be living inside that oil, the charms that she gave to me. I could not communicate with them directly like what the beautiful Queen Jezebel used to do. So I was given those charms and I was told to go out there and make money. So the way that I make money, like I told you, is by selling my body to the truck drivers as well as having your flea markets. This is what I do, Brother Nashi, and it is working for me. Am I proud because of the things that I am doing? Yes, there are some nights whereby I do not feel good at all because it is not an easy thing to do, knowing that maybe in one night you'll end up sleeping with 6 or 7 guys. It just does something to you, to your mind as a woman. But whenever I feel like I am regretting, all that I do is that I remind remind myself of the things that my husband did to me. And the moment that I think about my husband, him cheating on me with other prostitutes, then I will feel my anger returning back into my heart. Then I'll immediately go back on the streets so that I can chase after money. As for my kids right now, I have my kids that are going to boarding school again, and I can say that as for me, life is good. I do not wish to live in any other country than my own country, because I am able to make a lot of money. If I tell you the money that I can make on a single night, most of the men out there, they will even cry. Most of the ladies that are married, they might even leave their husbands, because per night, when business is really good, at least I can make somewhere around 550 to 600 US dollars, which is around 12,000 rands a night. So if you are making all that money, will you ever even wish to live in any other country? That is how much money I am making, ladies. Hey, dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister. She's saying that if they want to hate on me, they can hate on me, but I am making more money than their husbands will ever bring back home. Strange things do happen in this world.